Hey guys, welcome. It's your girl Black Girl Minimalism. Today we're doing a read for August 28th. I believe today is Thursday. So today we've been up pretty early since like 7 o'clock. Babe's been pretty busy with her work schedule, and I had a couple appointments that I needed to take care of. So your girl is fully dressed. This is my first time wearing these little anime glasses, and I'm into them. They're cool. And Babe's my cameraman for today. Camerawoman. So the first card that we received, we're going to do a spread of 12. I hope that you guys are having a great day. First card that we received is the Hangman. So you're finding stagnation in something, maybe going over a particular thought or process, standing still. Maybe you're standing still. Sometimes those moments are necessary to come to a point of clarification. The next part that we pulled is planning first steps, making decision, leaving comfort, and taking risk. So you're on your way to something. You're taking risk. And it's an elderly woman, but she still has her vibes about her. And it has this like ancestral, indigenous kind of focus of energy here. And so I love the way that this card is presenting. The next card that we received is the Last Stand. This actually reminds me of the museum at LACMA, the installation at LACMA with the poles. And this is the last stand energy. So you're dealing with something that is a last stand, asking you for the point of resilience, perseverance. You're nearing your success, but you're getting tired. And we talked about the tired energy that I think that came up in this deck, but a different card. And they were on their way to somewhere. They were traveling, but in the back, one of the persons that were traveling, they were laying down. You could see she was tired. So maybe you're at a point of wanting to take time for yourself. Laying down could be a point of necessity. Like, it's okay to like take time for yourself. The next card that we received is the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords has a cityscape in the back and the white cat in front of her. White is purity. So wherever you're going is going to bring out that pure, honest, independent, fair, provided construct and criticism and perceptive energy. So you're clear about where you're going. It's just that you're needing to like kind of close up some loose ends. The next thing that you received is the Six of Cups, which is nostalgia, memories, familiarity, healing, comfort, sentimentality, and pleasure. So maybe it's like a young girl and her mother. Her mother is like passing a torch to her or passing a cup to her. So the energy that you're receiving has to do with a previous past generational moving on to this new generation. So that is 5 thus far, and we're going to continue to pull. I hope that this message is clear. I hope that you guys are really enjoying this. This is a Neoteric Feminine deck. It's all about the vibes, that astral nature vibe. The next card that we received is 7 of Cups. Maybe you have a lot of balls in the air, like you're actually you have a lot to choose from. So choices, search for purpose, illusion, fantasy, daydream, wishful thinking, indecision. So sometimes when too much choices are present, you get scared about actually taking a risk. But be clear, take the time that you need, be clear about where you're going, and the choices will come to you. All right. And this is funny because I just had an interesting conversation earlier at one of my appointments, and they're traveling through a journey in this particular time in their life. So I feel like a journey and decision making is what's really coming up. All right, so a few cards came up. I was just talking about this. The Divine Feminine, the Empress. You're in your Empress vibe, okay? You're having coffee, you're sitting by the water, you're looking at the birds flow in this natural habitat, and you have the city behind you. So wherever you're going to, you got the city, and it's the key. The key is present on the rock. If you take a closer look, this is the key to everything. Transformation, endings, change, transition, letting go, release. And this is the card that I was speaking of with the person. They're on travel, or they're traveling to new ways because the ship is in the back, but one of them is tired. So maybe taking rest for themselves. The next thing that we pulled is the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups has to do with abandonment, walking away, letting go, searching for truth, leaving something behind. You're leaving something behind. You're leaving something behind. Something has to be left behind in the past, but the sun is out. Even though it's night, the sun is out. It looks like the moon, but to me, I'm seeing the sun. So that brings us into the new energy that I just pulled here, the Queen of Wands, the Black Cat, which is a jaguar, I would say, is confident, self-assured. She's passionate. She's determined, social charisma, and vivacious and optimistic. But she has a level of protection in the back, which are the lions. The lions are her protection animal. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we have 2 more cards to pull. Okay, 3 more came out. So this is what needed to come out. So we have the High Priestess. You and your High Priestess vibe. You and your Queen of Wands vibe. You and your High Priestess vibe. And the Empress. So this is unconscious intuition, mystery, spirituality, high power, inner voice. You're listening to your intuition. You're listening to your intuition. And whatever is being called to you is whatever's supposed to be. All right, so idealism, the Page of Cups. This has to do with sensitivity, dreams, naivete, innocence, inner child, head in the clouds. Maybe you were in this naive energy previously. You're walking into the High Priestess, because I see this as could be the same girl, but different stages of her life. Maybe you were in a Page of Cups and you're now in the High Priestess vibe. Her hair is longer hair, but it's short hair. So you've grown. You've grown away from this and you're following your inner voice. You're listening to what has to be said. And then the last thing is the Chariot. The Chariot has to do with success, ambition, determination, willpower, control, self-discipline, and focus. But she has the desert in the back. So maybe you need to go somewhere where it's a desert in the back to really come into the vibe and the flow of things. And then she has the Egyptian guides or protection at the bottom. It still gives the cat energy, but this Egyptian flow is what has to do with her previous, maybe past life, or your protection energy has to do with an Egyptian symbolism. And then the yellow is present. She's riding in the yellow car. Yellow is very significant for happiness, sun, sunflower. You're in this place of happiness. You're bringing in the vibes of happiness. And so, last thing, standing up in the deck. Okay? So this is Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat. So it has to do with the protectiveness, standing up for yourself. So you're using this, okay? The mouthpiece. Defending yourself and protecting territory. You're protecting your territory. So that is the read, that's the vibe, and I hope that you guys receive this message. I love you so much. Bye.